welcome to eNow. I am Shraddha. Lights, glamour and style, welcome to your daily dose of all things dazzling. From the biggest style showcases and designer collections to celebrity-inspired looks, beauty trends and everything in between that's creating a buzz in the world of glamour, we have got it all covered. Let's dive right in. Now, Paris Fashion Week has turned into a runway against the heat. As temperatures in Paris climbed to nearly 40 degrees Celsius, luxury fashion houses had to rethink the entire show experience. Guests were welcomed with ice packs, chilled Evian, misting fans, cooling towels, and water stations, while several brands shifted show timings to avoid the afternoon sun. The extreme weather also influenced the collections themselves. Lightweight linen, breathable fabrics, shorter silhouettes, and relaxed tailoring dominated the runways, with climate-conscious fashion taking center stage. Designers like Rick Owens even showcased inflatable garments with built-in cooling elements, proving that fashion is adapting to a warming world. Beyond the heat, the biggest highlights included Michael Ryder's much-awaited debut for Celine, Sarah Burton's first-ever menswear presentation for Givenchy, and Guru Randhawa becoming the first Indian celebrity to walk at Paris Men's Fashion Week. One thing was clear this season at Paris Fashion Week: beating the heat became just as important as setting the trends. Take a look. Was Louis Vuitton's biggest runway moment also its most controversial? At Paris Fashion Week, Pharrell Williams transformed the venue into a beach paradise. Complete with an 8-meter-tall cascading waterfall, real sand and a turf-inspired runway for the Louis Vuitton Spring-Summer 2027 menswear show. The spectacular set wowed the front row and quickly went viral on social media, with many calling it one of the most visually stunning fashion shows of the year. But the timing sparked a major debate. With Paris battling a record heat wave and temperatures crossing 40 degrees Celsius, critics questioned the optics of using a giant waterfall, while residents were being urged to conserve water. Local politicians and students also criticized the use of public space for a luxury event. Now, LVMH defended the production, saying the water came from the city's supply and was circulated in a closed-loop system with no wastage, and that the sand and other materials would be reused after the show. While audiences praised the cinematic presentation and Pharrell's surf-inspired collection, the show also became a talking point in the wider conversation around luxury, sustainability, and climate responsibility. In the end, Louis Vuitton dominated headlines not just for the fashion but for the questions it raised. Here's a glimpse. Now, actress Mirza is facing social media backlash after sharing what she thought was a proud parenting moment. The actress revealed that her 5-year-old son, Avni, stopped a coconut delivery man from using plastic bags and straws, telling him plastic not allowed. Dia shared the anecdote to highlight the environmental values she's trying to instill in her son. But the story quickly divided the internet. While many praised the young boy's awareness about plastic pollution and applauded Dia's eco-conscious parenting, others felt it reflected privilege, arguing that a child shouldn't be reprimanding a working adult over packaging choices. Critics called the interaction entitled, while supporters said it was simply an example of raising environmentally responsible children. The debate has now grown beyond one viral anecdote, sparking conversations online about parenting, privilege, and whether teaching children to speak up for the environment can sometimes come across the wrong way. Here's a look.
Actress Mirza is facing massive backlash on social media after a podcast clip featuring her went viral. What she described as a lesson in environmental awareness has instead sparked a debate on privilege, empathy, and respect towards service workers. Well, Dia Mirza recently shared an incident involving her young son Avni during a podcast conversation. While talking about her strong stance against single-use plastic, the actress recalled how a coconut delivery worker arrived at her home with the drink packed in a plastic bag and accompanied by a plastic straw. While narrating the incident, Dia said, "The coconut wala delivered the coconut and nothing burns my blood more than coconut water arriving in plastic bags with plastic straws. So this boy, bichara, he did not know whom he was delivering to. So Avni opened the door, put his hands on his hips and said, भैया प्लास्टिक में लेकर आए हैं, हमारे घर में प्लास्टिक नॉट अलाउड. आप उसको प्लास्टिक से निकालो, उसको नीचे रखो और प्लास्टिक और स्ट्रॉ लेके जाओ. Why have you got this in plastic? Plastic is not allowed in our home. Put it down and take the plastic away." Well, though in this interview, Dia Mirza's son was praised for confidently expressing his views and standing up for what he believed in. However, once the clip made its way to social media, it triggered an entirely different reaction from netizens. While many users argued that while reducing plastic waste is important, the manner in which the delivery worker was addressed came across as insensitive and entitled. Netizens said, "Imagine talking so rudely and with such entitlement to someone who's literally providing you a service in 40 degrees centigrade. The entitlement is unreal. It blinds them to basic respect and decency. If you don't want plastic, just go to the thela and buy it yourself and carry it in paper bags. And then the same people act all polished and real on camera. What a joke." Another netizen said, "A child scolds a poor coconut vendor who sells door to door trying to make ends meet in scorching Indian summers to take back his plastic, while adults celebrate it as standing up to a grown-up. Then the mother of the child appears on camera fully decked out in 20 plus makeup products for that perfect dewy glow. Guess what those products are sold in? You guessed it right, plastic packaging. This is what insulated privilege looks like." Another user also wrote, "Entitled Dia Mirza talking nonsense and another privileged female agreeing along." Well, for those unaware, Dia Mirza married businessman Vaibhav Rekhi in 2021 and the couple welcomed their son Avni later that year. Before marrying Vaibhav, Dia was married to producer Sahil Sangha. Well, while the viral clip has divided opinion online, the debate continues over whether the incident reflects environmental consciousness or privileged behavior.
Shraddha Kapoor's upcoming film Eeta has landed in controversy even before its release. The biopic, based on legendary Lavani icon Vithabai Narayan Gaonkar, is facing objections from a section of the Tamasha and Lavani community, who claim the teaser takes creative liberties and may not accurately portray the celebrated performer's life and legacy. They have urged the makers to be sensitive while depicting such an iconic cultural figure. However, the film has also received strong support. Several folk artists have praised Shraddha's transformation, with Lavani performer and Vithabai Gaurav Award recipient Megha Gadge calling the teaser deeply moving and appreciating its attempt to bring Lavani culture to a wider audience. As the debate continues, Eeta has become one of the most talked about Bollywood releases, balancing praise for its performances with questions over historical and cultural authenticity. Take a look for yourself.
Shraddha Kapoor's upcoming biopic Eeta has landed in controversy even before its release. The film is inspired by the life of legendary Marathi folk artist Vithabai Bhaumang Narayana Gaonkar, but its title has now become the center of a major debate. The Nationalist Congress Party, led by the Sharad Pawar faction, along with Vithabai's family, has objected to the omission of her name from the film's title. Speaking to the media, Suhas Suryavanshi, Mumbai President, Culture of the NCP, Sharad Pawar faction, said the party supports bringing Vithabai's inspiring story to the big screen, but believes the film should honor her identity more prominently. He said, "She is considered the Lavani Samratni of Maharashtra. She was an outstanding performer in Marathi Tamasha or the Marathi folk industry. They have to take care of the dignity of this great artist, and that is why we are talking. She should be given the dignity that she deserves. The film should be named after her." Suryavanshi also recalled one of the most remarkable stories from Vithabai's life to highlight her dedication to the art form. he shared, he entertained with her special attitude, approach, devotion, dedication towards the folk at such a level that even when she was pregnant with her baby, she performed. She was not compelled or forced, but she thought that it was my duty and I have to perform. She went into labor, gave birth to her child, and then immediately, within a fraction of a minute, she came back on stage and completed her act. He further questioned why the title Eith does not directly acknowledge Vithabai. According to him, the word Vitha is deeply connected to her name and her roots in Pandharpur, a place of great cultural and spiritual importance in Maharashtra. He believes these aspects deserve greater recognition in a biopic based on her life. Apart from the title, the NCP leader has also expressed concern over the inclusion of fictional elements in the film. He has urged the makers to arrange a special screening for Vithabai's family and people closely associated with her life before the film releases. He said, "She is the pride of Marathi people, so it will be only justified for the filmmakers if they arrange a show for us and the family. Only then should they proceed with the release." As of now, the makers of Eith have not responded publicly to the demands or the controversy. Despite the ongoing debate, the Shraddha Kapoor starrer is currently scheduled to hit theatres on 28 August 2026.
The farewell ceremony for India's representatives heading to the international Mr. Supranational and Miss Supranational pageants marked an emotional send-off before they departed for Poland. The reigning title holders, Mr. Abel Viju, Mr. India Supranational 2026, and Miss Avni Gupta, Miss Diva Supranational 2025 are all set to represent India at the prestigious Mr. Supranational and Miss Supranational pageants next month. Take a look.
Well, joining us today is Avni Gupta, who is Miss Diva Supranational 2025 and is going to represent India at Miss Supranational 2026. And I also have with me Mr. Abel Viju, who is Mr. India Supranational 2026 and is going to represent India at Mr. Supranational 2026. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
So, from chasing careers in corporate finance and banking to now wearing the sash, and now you're going to represent India at the global platform. How does it feel? How has the journey been like?
I would say in one word, it has been transformational. Coming from a background where I used to crunch numbers, I was in front of the laptop doing a 9-to-5 job, to the pageant world, to experiencing something that I had never before. But at the end of the day, I realized that it has really transformed me and I have learned a lot about myself. So this journey is one of the most important phases of my life and I think I'll remember it.
Okay, that's
forever.
wonderful. What about you, Abel?
I mean, that is something I can also relate because I used to work as a banker before,
Yes.
and ever since then, winning Mr. India and my life changed overnight, and I'm so happy and excited because it is a training for life, and it does not stop here or it does not stop when we go. It continues after the pageant as well. So I'm super excited and I'm happy and I'm grateful to have these opportunities.
Okay, so before the crowns and titles, who were exactly Avni and Abel, और life कैसी थी तब, और तब कभी ऐसे सोचा था कि इंडिया को internationally represent करने का मौका मिलेगा, and all eyes are going to be on you guys?
Actually, for my case, I had this dream since childhood and I had to represent India on an international platform. So I had this thing in my mind, and since childhood I used to do my ram walk practices with my mother because my mother also wanted to once be a Miss India, to represent India on a global platform. But life took her to a different turn, and then I think through my journey I'm carrying a piece of that dream with myself. And as you asked that who was Avni before this pageant journey, I would say I was really different. When I think about myself last year to this year, drastic difference, honestly. I was a 9-to-5 corporate. I used to do a 9-to-5 corporate job. I used to be in front of the laptop, never in front of the camera. But now the environment has changed, but I'm enjoying it all.
What about you, Abel?
I mean, I was.
Who is Abel in Kerala?
Yeah, what I said before, I used to work in a bank, and before that, ever since I was a kid, I never dreamed of anything else. Like in any other schoolboy, I was always into sports, and when I used to travel with my mom, I always used to see all these banners of actors and actresses, and I was very curious about that. Even I used to ask my mom, like, "Hi, how can I become like that?" So then, like any other Indian parent, my mother wanted me to have a secure job, and I think during while working in the bank only, my friend sent me this application of Mr. India, and I still remember I never knew about pageant. I used to say pageant. So everything was new for me, and the transformation is actually incredible. So I'm happy for my international pageant as well. So I'm excited to meet all these people from across the world and share different stories and culture. So it's the same Abel, but I mean the training has given
Definitely
us
transformed both of you, and I can see that. All those mentors who have trained you, one advice or one piece of suggestion that you are following, one tip you are following that has stayed with you, और वो जब आप internationally भी represent करेंगे तो वो भी आप याद रखेंगे. What is that?
I would say when you actually contest for something, we get nervous, we get anxious sometimes, and when I know that the whole world is watching me, the entire India, so many people have expectations, it can really affect your mind sometimes. So one of the advices that I got was, when you are on the stage, forget everything. Just imagine
who said that?
Many of my mentors have said this,
okay.
because I share that experience that, oh my God, I'm nervous when I'm on the stage. I will have so many cameras in front of me. The entire India, the world would be watching me.
And who are those mentors?
So one of them is Miss Rosina Mehra, who is my communication coach. She has taught me a lot when it comes to delivery. And my Rambo coach, Miss Alicia Raut, I have shared with them how sometimes I was nervous and anxious as to when I'll be on the stage and so many cameras will be in front of me. So how should I tackle with my mindset? And they just told me that forget everything, just enjoy the moment and think that you're already the winner. And I think that's a mindset that would really help me on the stage to just give my best.
All right. What about you, Abel?
I think many mentors have told me one thing, that you just have to be yourself, that's it. And you just have to have that confidence to be yourself, because I feel everyone else in the world is taken. So my mentors have collectively told me to have that confidence to stage in front of the camera and just open out what comes from the heart. So that was my mentor's advice. And even more than that, I feel they always treated like me as a part of their family. So which I never felt alone. I never felt I was alone in Mumbai. So that was the advice they gave me.
All right,
that
so
I always have someone to back me up.
Okay, that's a sign of a good mentor, and I'm so glad to hear this from you. Before we wind up, one message to all the young aspirants who aspire to become Miss Diva Supranational or Mr. India Supranational or be a part of pageantry. What would the message from both of you will be?
To everyone who is watching me right now, I just want to say that I also come from a simple background. Being the first in my family to enter into pageantry, I knew nothing about this field. But now when I see myself wearing this crown and being called India on a global platform, I just have gratitude and a lot of trust in myself that I had the courage to step out of my comfort zone, and I did what I really wanted to do. So if you have big dreams, just have the courage to step out of your comfort zone and chase those dreams.
Lovely. What about you, Abel?
I feel I would like to take the words from Paulo Coelho. Like, if you have a passion and if you really work hard for it, the world will conspire you to achieve it. That's what the one message I would like to give to the world, because from being a banker to represent India now, it's of course the title comes with the responsibility, but I'm happy for what God has given me, and I just want everyone to follow their passion and work hard irrespective of anything, So I'm here to prove that you don't need to have a perfect background to have an extraordinary success. Thank you.
Well, that was a lovely answer. So Avni and Abel, thank you so much for talking to us. Your journeys are definitely inspiring, and we wish you all the very best for Miss and Mr. Supranational 2026. We are cheering for you, and we hope that you make India proud. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much, Neha. Thank you for having us here.
And that's all for today. Keep watching eNow every day at 2:30 p.m. only on Times Now for a wrap on all the hype worth your time. Until next time, I am Shraddha. Thanks and goodbye.